Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here, and welcome to another episode of Wizard Watch, where we cover the top 5 moments from this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. But before we get into the juicy stuff, as always, it'd be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new. And as always, get down in the comments section. So let's kick things off with top moment number 5. And we got to start things off with the Alexa Bliss Bianca Belair segment, or should I say all out brawl. And it started with Bianca Belair coming down to the ring and challenging Alexa Bliss to a match for the Raw Women's title at the Royal Rumble. It's safe to say that Bianca Belair is pretty cheesed off as to what happened a couple of weeks ago. She wants revenge, and those two scrapped it out, and I love the vicious sides to both of them as well. Bianca was absolutely livid. She was going for all out revenge. And did you notice as well, eagle-eyed viewers will notice, well actually it was pretty obvious, it was right in front of us, the fan cheering on Alexa Bliss with the Lily doll. Loving Alexa Bliss's new merch, also liking the new remix of her theme as well. It's like a combination of all of her themes all into one, and I genuinely thought for a second that we were going to see the KOD on the chair to Alexa Bliss from Bianca Belair, and then out of nowhere, creepily, and I love the fact that Uncle Howdy has no jurisdiction. He can turn up whenever he likes, and he appeared out of nowhere. And for a second I thought, is he Randy Orton? Like, why is he delivering the signature Randy Orton pose? And Alexa Bliss seemed controlled by Uncle Howdy. She seemed to react to his commands. Are those two in sync? And then of course she turned the tables and hit Bianca Belair with a vicious DDT to the approval with the nod from Uncle Howdy. So this is a really interesting dynamic moving forward. It seems like Uncle Howdy is fully getting Alexa Bliss to revel in who she truly is, i.e. Dark Alexa. But I'm loving this hybrid between Goddess Alexa and Dark Alexa as well. This kind of split personality gimmick. This is booking really nicely, and this is going to heat up, and I don't think it's any coincidence that both Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss aren't in the main Royal Rumble and they're in singles matches, and Uncle Howdy is going to play a big part in it all. Now, coming in at number 4, I couldn't ignore the promo we saw between the Judgment Day and the Usos. Dominic Mysterio is playing the spoil in way over his head brat role so well. He's just talking about jail time like it's the biggest deal ever, with the Usos just laughing in his face. And he said that he could smell the fear from the Usos. He called Solo Sikoa a wannabe street champion. I mean, that is a brave man, and an even braver man to actually punch Solo Sikoa. I thought he was literally going to get beheaded after that, but of course Rhea Ripley stood in line, and of course we had this face-to-face interaction between Ripley and Solo Sikoa, and for a moment I thought he was going to deliver the Samoan spike, but of course, thankfully for Rhea, Mustafa Ali intercepted. But what a great way of building this match. The Usos pulling rank on the Judgment Day, talking about their historic 546-day reign and all the major acts that they've beat along the way. And this is going to be one fire match. Get down in the comment section. What are your predictions for the Judgment Day versus the Bloodline? Is this the first slip where the Usos lose the tag team belts and we see a gradual disintegration of the Bloodline? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Now, coming in at moment number 3, we've got to talk about Bobby Lashley winning, of course, the 6-man elimination match. And quite rightly so as well. Bobby Lashley has been an absolute weapon over the last couple of years. Of course, the big question marks coming up as well. Now, Omos is back as well. Are we going to see the Hurt Business? And just imagine for a second, Omos and Bobby Lashley as a tag team. Like, everyone will get destroyed on the tag team roster. Usos, watch out. Bobby Lashley going on to take on Theory for the title, the US title, next week. Buzzing for that match, but also some really cool dynamics with the Hurt Business, so that deserved a mention. Coming in at moment number 2, we got to talk about the fact that Cody Rhodes has declared his participation in this year's Royal Rumble. Now, we kind of knew this was going to happen. In a way, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping that it was going to be unannounced and then we get that surprise pop in the Rumble, even though we pretty much know he's going to be in it anyway, but it would have been nice to have not known. That's just my personal opinion, and I do hope that WWE don't make the comeback story too cheesy as well. They execute this right, this could be mega for WWE, and what a statement to have a former AEW star as the new undisputed champion in WWE, assuming he wins the Rumble and goes on and defeats Roman Reigns. Now, of course, there's all the Rock shenanigans, and we'll come on to point number one, of course, being the build to Monday Night Raw. I had to include this because next week's Raw is gonna be mega. We're gonna see legends such as The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle. We're even gonna see the Bellas. We're gonna see a matchup between Bayley and Becky in a steel cage. Like, that's going to be absolutely fire. We've got Lashley in Theory, as we mentioned earlier, and the Judgment Day versus the Usos for the tag team belts. So the fact that we've now got Cody Rhodes in the Royal Rumble, we've now got a mention of some form of ceremony in tribute to the historic reign that Roman Reigns has had. So assuming this is a family reunion, kind of show of respect to the tribal chief, the head of the table, do we see The Rock? Do we see The Rock? Like, I am so pumped, which is why I had to put it in there as moment number one. The build up to the 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw. Also, a little side mention to an absolute living legend in Otis. His segments always make me chuckle. I'm absolutely loving the way they're booking him at the moment. I mean, the worm wasn't exactly the most convincing worm I've ever seen him deliver. He just sort of fell on the ground, but he is the gift that keeps on giving, and I just had to mention him. Overall, a really, really good show. I'm going to give it a solid B+. You got to remember, we're not far away from the Royal Rumble. I do have a predictions video coming out this weekend for the Royal Rumble. So many cool storylines to look forward to, and I cannot wait. As always, be really appreciative if you can like the video, share the video, even better, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you in the next one.